Very mighty
A
Mitch.
lot of guys out there. And I wouldn't be disappointed in about 4 of them, I'll tell you that right now. That's the first time that's happened to me.
Well, in a moment here, and we will actually, I haven't submitted my ballot. I have filled
the computers went down.
No, the computers have not gone down. But before I actually click the button, let's go over my final ballot.
Go to the rejoin here. Go to the
But first, let's give it a proper intro.
Ask me. We talk Heisman. John W. Heisman. I got all 3 for you. This is the Hartman Heisman ballot. This is good. Let him know, Hartman.
Now, last week, last week, my top 3, I had Trent Richardson 1, Case Keenum 2, and Andrew Luck 3. That was my top 3 last week. The week before submitting my final ballot. Richardson 1, Keenum 2, and Luck 3. So now, we start with the man that finished 3rd place on my final ballot.
As you back it up, he's going to have a chance, though. He takes it into 39, at the 40, comes to the outside, 25, he's at midfield, let's pass the man 40, he's cut back the other way, he's at the 25, 20, 15, 10, he may go home, and he does! Holy cow! 62 yards for the Honey Badger. Well, it was time for the big play, wasn't it? The big plays, players make big plays in big games.
That was it.
Thank you, Stevie.
Tyrann Mathieu, no question, deserved a spot on my ballot. He led the nation in fumble recoveries, was 3rd in the nation in forced fumbles, 2nd in the nation in punt returns, 70 tackles for a defensive back. He had a couple interceptions, leading the number 2 scoring in total defense in the country. Big plays. The only knock, obviously, was the 1-game suspension. He's just a sophomore, but no doubt, Tyrann Mathieu absolutely earned a spot on my final Heisman ballot.
Hartman, thank you for listening to me since week 1. I spearheaded the Honey Badger for Heisman campaign in this country because when you can be the catalyst of the number 1 team in America, because offensively LSU, let's face it, not their strength. Defense was their strength. Defense is when they've won 13 in a row. And thank you for giving Honey Badger love.
All right. Now, here is my number 2 man on my final Heisman ballot.
First and goal at the Spartan 7. Eye back, hand off, Monty ball up the middle to the 5, ball
What?
to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And the Badgers take the lead with 3:45 remaining.
Money ball. And we had this argument with Pete Futak. I'll put it this way.
With him.
38 touchdowns. Let's just start with that. 38 touchdowns.
Amazing.
Over the last 5 games, remember they lost back-to-back games on Hail Marys against Michigan State and Ohio State. They had to win their last 5 to get to the Rose Bowl. In those 5 games, he averaged over 180 yards rushing, scored 17 touchdowns in those 5 games, finished 4th in the nation in rushing, 1st in scoring, 38 touchdowns. Money Ball is my number 2 pick for the Heisman.
Great call by you, Stevie, on the great ball, because he did this, the 38 touchdowns, against a premier defensive conference. The Big Ten is premier. I'll take it over the SEC, and he did it week after week. Congratulations.
So finally, my choice as the best college football player of 2011, and in my opinion, from beginning to end, nobody was better than this guy.
Griffin takes the snap, fakes a handoff to him, pumps one, slides left, going deep, center of the field for Kendall Wright. Oh, he's got it! Touchdown! Robert Griffin to Kendall Wright. Second play from scrimmage against the Longhorns.
Robert Griffin was the best college football player in the country this year. He led the nation in passing. 3,998 yards passing, 36 touchdowns, 6 picks, with a 72.4 completion percentage. He was 2nd in the nation in total offense. He ran for 644 yards and 9 touchdowns. Also led Baylor to their best record in 25 years. Now, this is an amazing thing for a lot of people that Andrew Luck and Trent Richardson did not make my final 3. But ultimately, I looked at it this way, guys. Both those guys have one thing in common. The biggest game of their year, Luck against Oregon and Richardson against LSU, they lost. And they had subpar games in those games. Now, to show you how crazy this year was, Kellen Moore and LaMichael James were finalists a year ago. LaMichael James led the nation in rushing this year. And Kellen Moore threw 41 touchdowns. Neither one is on the list. You look at a Case Keenum setting all these career records, not on the list. You look at a Matt Barkley leading USC back to a resurgence. Brandon Whedon at Oklahoma State. There are so many guys that had great seasons this year, but to me, these were the three guys that fulfilled what I feel are the necessary things you have to be the best player in the country.
All right, Steve, Sam here.
Sam here.
And I want to make 2 points here. Now, first of all, it's amazing that last week you had 3 guys on your list that are not here a week later.
All 3
first
are
of all,
gone.
I just want to say that. As far as this season for the Heisman, I've never seen it so up and down that it could swing so dramatically. Number 2, I remember the hype going into this weekend of college football was there aren't any games that matter. Nothing's going to change and nothing matters. Yet, the entire Heisman race changed this weekend because of these conference championship games, right? You're talking about Keenum losing, Richardson not playing in the SEC championship game is going to hurt him.
And Andrew Luck not in the Pac-12 championship game.
Yes, and then, not only that, the entire BCS championship landscape changed on Oklahoma State blowing out Oklahoma.
There is my Heisman ballot.
Amazing.
I love your ballot, Steve. I think you nailed it perfectly. You've done intensive research. No one's done
Guys,
more research than you've grinded all
There it
year.
is. My Heisman ballot. I'm going to hit the submit button before the power goes out.
I love the RG3.
Everybody else has Andrew Luck and Trent Richardson, the other 800.
You know, Barkley had a better year than Luck. Luck shouldn't even be mentioned.
You
over
voting now?
Barkley.
Right now, he's logging in, ladies and gentlemen. He has logged in.
It says, thank you, Steve Hartman. You have successfully voted for the 2011 Heisman Memorial Trophy recipient. Your web ballot will be your final ballot and will be tabulated. All right, guys, we want to get your thoughts.
Thank you for the respect.
On my vote and your vote. 877 and 99 on Fox in 20 minutes. Well, tell you what, Pat has incredible breaking news.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll be back in a
Richardson
short
won the
60
Heisman.
seconds on Fox Sports Radio.